Take a good look at this room. Scuffed beige walls, furniture crammed against every corner, harsh overhead lighting making everything look tired and forgotten. You can see the peeling paint, the nail holes scattered across the surface, the faded trim that has seen better days. This room has been neglected for way too long, and honestly, it shows. But here's the thing, every single one of those problems is completely fixable, and you do not need to be a professional to do it. My name is Jake, and today we are doing a full room makeover completely from scratch. We are talking wall prep, priming, painting, the whole process, step by step, beginner friendly, no experience required. By the end of this video, this room is going to look like an entirely different space. So if you are ready to finally stop looking at those sad walls, let us get started. Now before we touch a single wall, let's talk about everything you're going to need to make this happen. I've got it all laid out right here on this drop cloth, and trust me, none of this is complicated. First up, painter's tape. This blue roll is your best friend for keeping edges clean and crisp. Next, sandpaper for smoothing out rough patches. Then we have spackle and a putty knife, which work together to fill nail holes and dents like they never existed. For actually applying paint, you'll need a paint roller, an extension pole to reach those high spots without a ladder, and an angled brush for tight corners and edges. Don't forget your paint tray for loading the roller evenly. And finally, 2 full gallons of this gorgeous modern warm white. It's going to completely transform this space. Every single one of these tools has a specific job, and together they make the whole process smooth and beginner friendly. Now before a single drop of paint touches these walls, we need to clear the space completely, and honestly, this part is more satisfying than you might expect. Watch this. We are sliding everything toward the center of the room. Couches, chairs, shelves, all of it pulled away from the walls and grouped together. Once everything is repositioned, we drape drop cloths over the furniture to protect it, then spread additional cloths flat across the floor in smooth, deliberate layers. And just like that, look at this room. Wide open, bare walls on every side, no distractions, no obstacles, just clean space ready to be transformed. There is something genuinely exciting about seeing a room stripped back like this. The walls feel taller, the space feels bigger, and suddenly the potential becomes very real. This is your blank canvas, and everything from this point forward is about making it something completely new. Let us get to work. Now that the walls are fully exposed, it is time to get up close and personal with every imperfection hiding on these surfaces. And trust me, there are quite a few. Look at this nail hole right here, this small dent over here, and these scuff marks running along the lower section of the wall. None of these are getting past us today. We're going to grab our spackle and putty knife and start filling every single one of these spots. The key is applying it in smooth, even strokes, just like this, pressing firmly so the spackle sits flush with the wall surface. Now we let it dry completely. Watch how the spackle shifts from dark to light as it cures. Once it is fully dry, we sand each patched area using fine grit sandpaper. Feel how silky smooth that surface becomes. That dust falling away means we are getting closer to a perfectly prepped canvas ready for paint. With the walls prepped and smooth, it is time for one of the most important steps in the entire process, taping. This part is where beginners often rush, and that is exactly where professional results are won or lost. Starting at the ceiling line, the host carefully runs blue painter's tape along the edge, keeping it tight and consistent. The same goes for the baseboards, window trim, and door frames. Every boundary gets covered. But here's the key detail most people skip. Using a putty knife, the host firmly presses the tape edge down, sealing it completely against the surface. This single step is what separates crisp, clean lines from blurry, uneven ones. Listen to that sound, tape pulling cleanly from the roll, methodical and satisfying, each strip placed with intention. Proper taping takes patience, but it is the foundation of a truly professional-looking finish. Do not rush this step. Now comes the moment everything has been building toward. The host picks up the paint can, pries off the lid, and begins stirring with a wooden stir stick. Watch how that rich color swirls and folds into itself. It is almost hypnotic. Once it is fully mixed, the paint gets poured slowly into the tray, settling into that lower reservoir in one smooth, controlled motion. Before we even think about grabbing a roller, we are cutting in first. Cutting in means using an angled brush to paint along all the edges where a roller simply cannot reach cleanly. This step is what separates a beginner paint job from one that looks genuinely professional. The host loads the angled brush and positions it just beneath the taped ceiling line. That very first stroke pulls across the wall, and instantly, you can see the transformation beginning. That crisp color against the white ceiling is the signal. We are officially doing this. With the ceiling line established, the cutting-in process continues methodically around every edge of the room. The camera moves in close as the host works into tight corners, carefully tracing along window frames and baseboards with steady, controlled strokes. Watch how the brush angle stays consistent, pressing just enough to fan the bristles slightly and create that smooth, tapered feathering effect along each edge. The host works quickly but deliberately, always keeping the brush loaded enough to maintain a wet edge which prevents those dreaded lap marks from forming between strokes. Moving from one section to the next without letting the paint dry is absolutely critical here. Then comes a split-screen moment that stops you in your tracks. On one side, the original dull beige wall. On the other, the freshly cut-in section glowing with rich, warm color. Even at this early stage, the difference is remarkable. That contrast alone is enough to remind you exactly why this project is completely worth every careful brush stroke. Now comes the most satisfying part of the entire process. The host loads the roller generously into the paint tray, making sure it is evenly saturated without being overloaded. Watch closely as the W pattern technique is demonstrated directly on the wall. This method ensures the paint distributes evenly across the surface without creating streaks or thin patches. The camera slows down to capture every detail of the roller gliding smoothly across the wall, showing that rich, warm white color spreading in full, consistent coverage. Listen to that authentic roller sound against the textured wall surface. You can even spot tiny paint specks catching the light, proving this is the real deal. Now, a time-lapse compresses what took nearly 45 minutes into just seconds, showing the entire first wall being transformed stroke by stroke. And there it is, the dramatic first wall reveal in its brand new color, a genuinely breathtaking payoff moment that makes every preparation step completely worth it. With the first wall complete, the momentum is undeniable. Watch as the room transforms wall by wall in this condensed time-lapse, each section coming alive with rich, even color. Wide shots capture the entire space shifting from dull beige to something completely fresh, while tight close-ups reveal the satisfying roller texture and smooth paint coverage building across every surface. Now here is something important to know. Not every wall will look perfect after just one coat, and that is completely normal. To check your coverage, step back and look at the wall from an angle in the light. If you can still see the old color bleeding through or notice thin, uneven patches, a second coat is absolutely necessary. Run your eyes slowly across the surface. Uneven sheen, streaky sections, or visible roller marks are all signs the wall needs another pass. At this point, the room is almost entirely transformed and the energy in here is absolutely electric. With the first coat fully dry, the host reloads the roller and gets back to work. Watch those long, even strokes moving steadily across the wall, no rushing, no cutting corners. The difference is immediately visible. Close-up shots reveal the color deepening, becoming richer and more saturated with every pass. This is where the room truly starts to come alive. Now the host pauses to talk about something beginners often underestimate: drying time. Patience is not optional here. Applying a second coat too early traps moisture, causes peeling, and ruins everything you have worked so hard to achieve. Always check the manufacturer's recommended drying window, typically 2 to 4 hours between coats. A short time-lapse compresses the second coat across all 4 walls. Then the camera slowly pulls back and there it is, the room, still taped and covered, but completely transformed. The color shift is dramatic, undeniable, and deeply satisfying. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of every single paint job. I am going to pull this painter's tape back slowly, at a 45-degree angle, nice and steady. Watch this. Look at that. An absolutely crisp, clean line right along the ceiling. No bleeding, no smudging, just perfection. This is exactly why we took our time pressing that tape down firmly at the beginning. Every second of that prep work is paying off right now. Moving along the baseboards next, listen to that sound. There is genuinely nothing more satisfying in a paint project than this moment right here. Each section we pull back reveals those razor-sharp edges along the trim, the ceiling line, and the baseboards. Clean, professional, and honestly stunning. I cannot stop smiling right now, and honestly, you should not either, because this room is looking absolutely incredible. We are almost there. Watch as the furniture glides back into place in a smooth, satisfying time-lapse, each piece finding its home in the newly transformed space. And then, there it is, the full reveal. Warm, golden light floods the room, bouncing off those fresh, clean walls in the most beautiful way. Take a look at this side-by-side comparison. On the left, dull, scuffed, and outdated. On the right, clean, modern, and completely refreshed. Same room, same walls, completely different feeling. That is the power of paint. If you have been sitting on the fence about tackling a project like this, I want you to hear me clearly. You can absolutely do this. No professional experience required. Just the right tools, a little patience, and the willingness to start. Every expert was once a beginner standing exactly where you are right now. Now go grab that roller and make your walls something worth looking at.